Just when they are about to tell you the name, the date, or the number you need, the app freezes, the video glitches, or the screen turns off for no reason. It's not a coincidence. It's not your internet. It's not your cell phone. It's programmed energetic interference, an active spell to cut the divine thread right at the moment your soul was about to awaken. You thought you had slept peacefully last night. You didn't remember any strange dreams. But when you woke up, you felt something strange, as if something invisible had moved in your room. You went to check your phone, as you always do when you open your eyes, and found it with the battery completely drained. That was already strange, because you had left it with more than 60% charge. When you finally managed to turn it on, you notice something that makes your skin crawl. There's an audio recording you didn't start, a voice note you didn't open, a conversation you didn't have. And this is where it all begins. You play the audio, and the first thing you hear is your breathing. You are asleep. There's silence, but suddenly something starts to speak. A faint, distant, scratchy voice, as if it came from a frequency that doesn't belong to this plane. And then the impossible happens. That voice answers you using your own tone of voice. You are asleep. But in the audio, you hear yourself talking. Not babbling, not muttering. Talking. As if one part of you had been disconnected from your body, while another entity used you as a channel. That is not you, but it has your voice, your tone, even your words. Only something doesn't add up. You say things you don't remember, and the voice that answers you knows too much about you. There, in that file, something your physical eyes couldn't see is revealed. Your energetic channel has been intercepted. It's not just about signal interference, messages that don't arrive, calls that drop. It's about a direct spiritual invasion of your quantum field, and someone from the shadows is using your energy as an antenna. And this, I'm telling you as it was shown to me, is not technological interference. It's an active spell, a silence binding, a psychic burial of your true voice, a blocking work sent by a woman, not just any woman. This woman has worked with Earth, with black candles, with your photos downloaded from social media, and with your full name written in blood on cemetery paper. Yes, you heard right. Cemetery paper. Because that work was done with the objective of disconnecting you from your inner guidance, so you cannot hear the signals, so you cannot receive the messages that your guardian angels have been trying to send you for weeks. And they showed it to me very clearly. Saint Michael is already descending, armed with his sword of light. He is walking toward that dark energy, ready to break what was sealed by the witch. But he needs a sign from you. Now listen carefully. If this message made sense to you, if something in your body moved, if you feel chills, pressure in your chest, or even the urge to cry for no reason, that's not paranoia. It's your soul recognizing the truth. Comment right now, Saint Michael. I activate my light channel and break the imposed silence. Write it, because when it is decreed with faith, the universe responds with power. Give it a like to confirm your activation and subscribe, because there are more signals your angels will use to speak to you through this channel. And Saint Gabriel has requested it so, that every action of yours is a heaven that heaven is sending. But wait, because just when you thought that was all, other evidence appears. A hidden number started calling you every day at the exact same time, and what you will discover when you answer that call is going to shake your soul. But before finding out about the call, it's very important you know this. There's a photo you don't remember taking. You don't remember unlocking your phone. You don't remember pressing any button. But when you go into your gallery, you find it. An image taken at 3:33 in the morning. And there you are, sleeping on your side with a peaceful face. But you are not alone. In the corner, just behind you, a dark, diffuse, hunched silhouette is visible. One that shouldn't be there. It's not a reflection. It's not a trick of the light. It's pure presence, energetic density manifested in the digital image. And this is where the soul begins to tremble. That figure has been in your room for more than one night. It's a scent shadow, an entity created by means of a spiritual burial, an energetic manipulation working crafted with strands of hair, cemetery dirt, tobacco essence, and a name written in red under a full moon. Do you know what name it was? Yours? Yes. You were the recipient of that spell. And the worst part, it wasn't just a binding. It was a double-layer binding. An astral crossing that was programmed to interfere with your dreams, block your third eye, and steal the guidance your guardian angels are trying to send you. They are showing me something else clearly. That figure is a manipulative spirit. It was invoked by a woman who has a connection with Scorpio energy, someone who masters the occult, who works with inverted candles and pinned dolls. She did that work with a single intention, to take from you what is yours. But she didn't count on something. Your guides haven't left. They were just waiting for you to wake up in time. And today, a new sign appeared. They are showing me the energy of Aquarius entering your field with force. Do you know what that means? That there is a reactivation, that a channel that was blocked by that entity is now beginning to open, and your mind is about to receive a memory, a vision, or a direct warning from the higher plane. Saint Gabriel has just confirmed it. He says that every stolen image, every interrupted dream, every nocturnal blockage will be redirected in your favor, but you must give the order. Write in the comments right now. I recover my vision and activate my connection with the angels. It's not just a phrase, it's an order in sacred language. It's the code your spirit needs to free the channel. And if you feel this message was for you, if you felt your chest or your skin vibrate with this revelation, give it a like, because that's how Saint Michael will know you are awake. And by subscribing to this channel, you confirm your alliance with the truth that comes from heaven. But wait, there's something else the guides have just shown. Your name was written on a piece of paper. Yes, but that paper was buried next to a candle that has not yet gone out. Do you know what that means? That the work is still active, and that candle is lit right now as you watch this message. Everything was normal. You were going to receive an important call. That person you had been waiting for days was going to contact you. You could already feel it. It was that conversation that could change your path, open a door for you, or reveal a truth that had been lingering in your chest. But just as the phone vibrates, just as the screen lights up, the name disappears, and you, without thinking much, answer. Silence. Nothing. And suddenly something filters through. A distorted voice. It's not male, it's not female, it's not human. It's a low, dense, sticky frequency, as if the sound were dragging itself up from the earth, and what it says leaves you paralyzed. We are watching you. You know this doesn't come from God. It's not a test. It's not a divine sign. It's a threat. It's evidence that your line was crossed, that someone from the spiritual plane connected your energy to a dark portal, and it wasn't an accident. The guides showed it to me very clearly. The candle is still lit, and it's placed on cemetery dirt mixed with sulfur, rusty nails, and the remains of a sacrificed animal. This was not done by mistake. It was an offering of darkness directed at you. And here the vision repeats. A female figure, skin covered in symbols, sunken eyes. I see her. Scorpio energy surrounds her like black smoke. She doesn't use words. She works with silences. And what she did was more than a spell. It was a voice binding. What you heard when you answered that call wasn't just any entity. It was a messenger spirit invoked to warn you that you are marked. But that's not the end, because the guides showed me something more. Your phone number is linked at this very moment to an altar. Yes, your exact number. They wrote it in black ink, wrapped it with red thread, and pierced it with a rusty needle. And while you try to communicate with your truth, the signal is redirected to that altar where dark entities consume the information and return confusion to you. That's why you don't remember your dreams. That's why important messages get lost. That's why when you're about to talk to someone key, everything cuts off. But the order has already been given. Saint Michael is aware. Saint Gabriel has already descended with the seals. Now it's your turn. If this message touched your soul, if while you were listening something inside you moved, if you recognized this pattern in your life, then decree in the comments, I reclaim my spiritual line. No spell can silence me. Write it with faith. It's the code that opens the channel from heaven. By doing so, Saint Michael moves in your favor. Give it a like, not for the algorithm, but because that's how you mark your spiritual territory. And subscribe, because this channel has been chosen by the angels to be the bridge through which they will speak to you. And now listen carefully, because the most chilling part hasn't arrived yet. Your phone was tapped. Yes, but there's something worse. You thought the weirdest part was over, but today, while checking your call history, something drew your gaze downward. A date you didn't remember, a time that seemed strange, and a number you had never seen. It had no name, no saved contact, just a numerical sequence charged with an inexplicable coldness. And right there, something activated. Was it your body that reacted first? Chills on the back of your neck, icy fingers, a small ringing in your right ear. The guides were touching you so you would pay attention. You looked up the number, and when you did, you found it linked to a woman who has been dead for over 15 years, one known for practicing Black Santeria, live soul burials, bindings with human bones, invocations from dark pantheons. And this is where everything twists. That call wasn't a system error. It wasn't a hack. It wasn't a joke. It was an invocation. She is still operating from the other side, from where the dead work with the energy of debt, with open pacts, with unclosed portals. And you, without knowing it, were linked to her altar. Do you know why? Because some poor deluded soul, a groveler without light, someone with a soul rotted by jealousy, by envy, by abandonment, went looking for her. She thought she could touch you. She thought that with a few coins, a jar with your name written in snake ink, and a red candle stuck in dirt, she could silence you. And the worst part, she believed you wouldn't notice, that you wouldn't see the changes, that you wouldn't understand why you woke up without energy, why your hands burned, why your food rotted faster, why your pet didn't want to enter your room. But the universe does not mock, and you are awake. You feel, you see, and that's why what the angels are revealing to you today is no coincidence. Saint Michael is already cutting the threads of that connection from the other plane. Saint Gabriel is already cleansing your number's vibration with sacred fire. But you must do your part. If, as you listen to this, you feel your chest tighten, if you got chills or tears welled up for no reason, it's because the message is for you. Decree right now in the comments, "No dead person touches me. My line belongs to the light." Write this as a seal of protection. Each letter opens a code. Each word invokes your guardians. Give it a like if you feel this truth just opened your eyes, because that's how you activate the scales of divine justice in your favor. And subscribe now, because this channel is no coincidence. This is where your guides speak. This is where what others hide, what no one dares to tell you, is revealed. But don't go, because the strongest part is missing. Today your guides showed something more. That number didn't just appear in your history. It was shared from your phone with 3 other people. And one of them, died 2 nights ago screaming a name nobody recognizes. Are you ready to know what that name was and what connection it had with you? You've been feeling it for days. Every time you try to connect with the light, something fails. You're listening to a meditation, a channeled audio, a spiritual message, and just when the key word is approaching, just when they are about to tell you the name, the date, or the number you need, the app freezes, the video glitches, or the screen turns off for no reason. It's not a coincidence. It's not your internet. It's not your cell phone. It's programmed energetic interference, an active spell to cut the divine thread right at the moment your soul was about to awaken. That witch, yes, the same one who dared to touch your vibration with shadow burials and bindings with putrefied fluids, sealed an order that you will never hear what frees you. That the phrase that breaks the enchantment will never reach your ears. She thinks that's how she keeps her pact alive. That if she interrupts the signal, she can silence your destiny. But she was wrong. What that groveler doesn't know is that there are codes that not even darkness can block. Your guardian angels already knew it. And that's why they have activated an alternate channel. Saint Gabriel is preparing the message. Saint Michael is already escorting your sleep. Tonight, you will receive what has been denied to you. The word that frees you will come to you through a prophetic vision in the form of a symbol, voice, or number. And when your soul awakens, there will be no human power or working dead that can stop you. But you must be ready. The dream will be revealed only if your energy is clean. So decree now in the comments, "My dreams belong to the light and heaven will speak through them." Write it to seal your spiritual access. And if this message is making your chest vibrate, if you feel it's touching you, it's because it was channeled just for you. Give it a like right now so the frequency of your angels increases and they connect with you faster. And subscribe if you haven't already, because when you do, you open a direct channel with your guides. They are already speaking, and this place is one of the few where the truth is not censored. But wait, because when that word is revealed to you tonight, it won't come alone. It will be accompanied by a symbol, an ancient symbol that appears every 111 years, and can only be read by those who have been chosen to close dark portals. Do you want to know what that symbol means and how to use it to reverse the curse onto whoever cast it on you? We'll find out shortly, because that's where the reversal of the spell and the liberation of your soul begins. The guides are pushing hard this time. The Scorpio energy hits like a dry blow to the chest, as if something is squeezing you right in the center of your soul. It's not fear, it's a warning. Because even though you're awake, even though you're looking for signs of light, the witch hasn't released her prey, and your body already knows it. Because that cell phone you always carry with you, the one that vibrates every time something important is about to happen, has been falling on its own, and always, at the same time. Same minute, same sound, as if an invisible hand were pushing it from another dimension. It doesn't matter if it's on your bed, on the table, or in your bag. At that exact time, something throws it to the ground, and you've started to notice. At first, you thought it was clumsiness, distraction, but no, it's a pattern, it's a notice. That is the exact time she does her ritual. That's when she lights her black candle, when she sticks the needle into the rotten fruit with your name tied in red thread. That's when she releases the ancestral invocation so that your energy drops, so that your connection is cut, so that your guidance is clouded. She is marking spiritual territory. She is circling you. She doesn't want you to advance. She doesn't want you to understand. But there's something she didn't see coming this time. St. Michael was sent beforehand. It wasn't you who called him. It was your ancestors, your guides, your protectors. They knew there was an open portal, and that it had to be closed with celestial fire. And that fire is already here. The witch opened a cycle. Yes, but she forgot something. Everything that opens, closes. Everything that is sent, returns. And now the pyre is being prepared, not for you, but for her. Decree this instant in the comments. My energy does not belong to any spell. My name is sealed by the sword of Archangel Michael. Write it like someone throwing a lightning bolt. Do it like someone unleashing their destiny. And if, while listening to this, your phone fell again, if you felt a tingling in your hands or a lump in your throat, it's because you are at the center of the battle. Give it a like now to activate the purifying fire over your spiritual line, and subscribe if your soul is vibrating with this truth, because that's how you open the portal through which your angels will speak louder than any witchcraft. But listen to me carefully, because what the guides are showing now is even more disturbing. That time the phone falls is not just a random moment, it's a mark. And that same minute has been literally tattooed on the skin of someone close to you. And the most chilling part, you've already seen it, but you didn't realize. Do you dare to look again? Just be careful, because that Scorpio energy hasn't left. On the contrary, it's intensifying. And just when you thought you had understood the signal, something else is revealed. You're about to pick up your cell phone like every night, but as you turn it over, you notice something. A small, dark, dry spot that wasn't there before. It doesn't look like dirt, nor does it look like ink. And then something inside you activates. You get a pang in the pit of your stomach, because that's not an accident. It's not just any stain. It's dried, ritualized blood, nailed with intention. It might be on the case, in the charger slot, even under the casing. And that residue has a name. It's called a silence binding. It's a spell done with menstrual or animal blood and programmed with one objective: to block your direct communication with your angels, to cut your thread of light, to turn off your divine connection. The person who did this knew your name, wrote it, pronounced it, wrapped it in dark cloth, and buried it along with that red dot you now see on your phone. But they made an unforgivable mistake. They invoked your energy without your consent. And in the spiritual world, that has a price. It's not just frowned upon, it's condemned. Because using someone's energy without permission is opening a portal without permission. It's stealing a sacred code. And when you do that, the portal collects its due. What they didn't know, what this witch forgot, is that you are under protection, that you don't walk alone, that you have your ancestors, your protectors, the warrior angels behind you who do not forgive spiritual invasion. And tonight, while that person sleeps, thinking they managed to silence you, Archangel St. Michael has already unsheathed his sword to cut the tie, and St. Gabriel has already blown the trumpet announcing judgment. Because that spell, that blood, that seal, has already begun to dissolve. Decree in the comments, everything that was done with my spiritual blood is reversed today with the fire of the angels. Write your decree as if you were freeing your soul. Do it with your heart pounding, because every word you put there is a code your guides collect. Give it a like if you felt chills, because that's how you're activating your shield of protection. And subscribe, because if you've made it this far, it's no coincidence. This is the place where the veils are broken, where the secrets no one dares to tell are revealed. The blood didn't get on your phone by itself. It was placed right after someone you know touched that same device, held it, manipulated it, checked it, and you were nearby. Very close. In the next part, I'll reveal how to identify that person. But I warn you, you might have them added as a contact. And the most disturbing part of all, you might have a photo with them. One that if you look at it now, doesn't feel the same because you feel something doesn't fit. For days, there's been a discomfort you can't name. It's not physical pain, but your neck feels heavy. It's not sadness, but you wake up with damp eyes. And now that you know about the blood on your phone, something inside you starts to connect everything. You check your surroundings again. You open your gallery, and there, as if a higher power were guiding you, you find that image. A photo you had forgotten, an image taken in a moment you thought was innocent. But when you look at it now, the energy changes. It becomes turbid. You feel a pang in your solar plexus, as if an invisible dart were piercing you, and your body reacts because it recognizes it. That person, the one who appears with you in the image, was the one who touched your phone just before the blood appeared. It wasn't chance. It was programmed. She faked a smile, spoke softly, offered you help, even asked you for advice. But while she was doing it, she had already made a pact. Not with God, not with the angels, but with entities of the lower astral, with shadows fed by botched burials, with remains of desecrated bodies in binding rituals, with energy from graves opened at midnight. That person handed over something of yours without you realizing it. It could have been a hair, a nail, even your full name written by hand. She took it to an altar made with dirt stolen from an abandoned cemetery. And there, over a black candle, she read an inverted prayer. But she made a fatal mistake. She said your name with a trembling voice. She said it without conviction. And the dead do not forgive weakness. What she unleashed could no longer be contained. That's why the energy is now churning. That's why your body is starting to react. Interrupted sleep at the same time. An inexplicable heaviness on your shoulders. Devices that fail, pets that avoid looking at you directly. These are symptoms of the attempted interference. But rest easy, because your guardian angels have not moved from your side. Saint Michael is already tracing the origin of the spell. Saint Gabriel is already blowing the traitor's name in your ear. But to activate the full shield, you must also make a move. Decree right now in the comments. What was sent to silence me will be returned to its origin multiplied by 7. Write these words as a code of reversal. Your angels hear them. Your ancestral lineage honors them. Give it a like if you felt this truth brush your soul, because that's a clear sign that your energy is being cleansed. And subscribe, because only then do you open the channel of revelation that the guides have been showing you for days. A shadow, someone who wasn't there when you took the image, but who now appears blurry, stuck to the frame, looking directly at you. The guides don't stop. Today, the energetic pressure comes from a specific point of the zodiac, Libra. The vibration is clear, sharp, almost cutting. You may not be that sign, but someone close to you is. And it's no coincidence, because Libra not only represents balance, but also duality. And there is someone, possibly a woman, although the energy is mixed, who has been playing at being your ally while secretly maintaining an altar with your name. This person uses their face as a mask. They dress in peace, a white smile, sweet advice. But behind it, they hold the twisted pen of judgment, smeared with black wax and cemetery dirt. Because yes, the guides have shown it. This Libra-signed person is executing the bindings with surgical precision. It's someone who knows your cycles, your weaknesses, your secrets. They have taken every one of them and used them as an offering on a nocturnal altar full of inverted symbols. The symbolic burials they have done against you are multiple. Some with dirt from dried plants, others with food scraps that you touched without realizing, even one with water from your tears collected during a video call in which you broke down. She wasn't just listening to you. She was channeling you, absorbing you. It was part of her pact, a debt from another life that she is now unjustly claiming. But what this person didn't calculate is that you are no longer the same. Your guardian angels are active. Saint Michael has driven his sword into her altar, and Saint Gabriel has already begun to release the codes sealed in your words. You have to seal this now. If you felt someone come to mind at this moment, if your skin crawled, or if you remembered a strange conversation with someone from Libra, decree right now in the comments. I return all energy that does not belong to me to its origin. My spirit only obeys the divine light. Write this phrase with intention, because when you decree from the soul, you open sacred doors that not even 1,000 bindings can close. Give it a like if something in you was stirred during this message, because that's a sign that you are being purified. And subscribe now because you didn't arrive here by mistake. Saint Gabriel needed you to hear this. And now, with your connection open, the hidden knowledge can flow. Because while the guides were speaking, they showed an image, an object that belongs to that Libra person, something they always carry with them, and that object was seen in one of your prophetic dreams without you knowing it. But what you didn't know is that when witches use symbolic burials to cut the channel of divine communication, guardian angels activate alternate routes, and you are being watched with celestial eyes because your awakening is urgent. The message that didn't reach you by phone will come from an unexpected mouth. A child's. Yes, a child. One you don't know. One who stares at you in the street as if they know who you are, as if they can see what others cannot. And suddenly, in a moment without logic, that child throws a phrase at you that dislocates your soul. No one else understands it. No one reacts. Only you. Because that phrase was channeled from heaven. The angels placed it directly on their lips. Saint Michael pushed that scene with divine precision. Saint Gabriel opened the channel from the dimension of the righteous, where the seals cannot be broken by ritual blood or pantheon bones. That child is the instrument, because when phones fail, when the Wi-Fi drops right at the second they were going to reveal the number, the name, the truth. It's a sign that an attempt has been made to cut off an urgent message. But heaven never fails. God opens a higher channel, and that channel today is you. You are the direct recipient of a frequency that many have tried to bury. They have used your photo. They have lit black candles with your face drawn in dirt. They have made bindings with saliva, blood, and plucked hairs. But purity wins, and there is no energy cleaner than that of a child touched by the angels. Therefore, if this has already happened to you, if you've already seen a child who looked at you as if they knew everything, if you've already heard that phrase that still echoes without meaning, decree this instant in the comments. What is mine by destiny no dead person touches. I receive the message. I activate the channel. Write it, not out of obedience, but because by writing it, you will be sealing the portal that was opened with deceit. Each letter is a sword in the astral world. Give it a like if you already feel something moving inside you, because that's a sign that your guides are recognizing you. And subscribe now, because this space is not entertainment. It's a digital altar where your angels speak without censorship. But listen carefully, because while the child was channeling, something else happened. Around him, in the shadow cast by his body, a symbol appeared, an ancient, archetypal form, one that you have seen before. Not in this life, in dreams, in distorted memories you've tried to forget. That symbol is the key, and shortly I will reveal it. But be careful, because that same symbol was tattooed on the skin of the one who betrayed you lifetimes ago and has returned today to claim vengeance. That symbol, the same one you saw fleetingly drawn in the child's shadow, is not a product of your imagination. It wasn't an optical illusion. It was an ancient mark, a pact seal, a code of souls linked by betrayal. And the most chilling part is that you had already seen it before, in fragmented dreams, in nightmares where a hooded figure appeared in the middle of a cemetery, making movements over an open grave while muttering your name. You recognize it because it's the same symbol you carried engraved on your soul during past lives. And it's also the one that was tattooed on the nape of the neck of that person who swore eternal love to you and then delivered you as an offering in a binding. Spell. Yes, you were spiritually bound by someone who claimed to love you. Someone who used your energy in dark Santeria rituals. Someone who bound you with symbolic burials using your clothes, hair, food scraps, and dried blood collected on full moon nights. The betrayal was brutal and left marks that don't erase. But you have survived. And now that symbol has returned to you, not to scare you, but to awaken you. Because the guardian angels have activated the restoration of the original sacred pact, the one you made with God before incarnating, the one that was corrupted with dark magic and will now be sealed again with light, with celestial fire, with the spiritual swords of Archangel Saint Michael. That symbol you saw projected by the child's shadow is a warning, but also a key. Whoever understands its meaning can free themselves forever from the invisible chains of the soul. That's why I'm telling you now. Decree in the comments with all your strength. I return what is not mine. I cancel the pact. I restore my destiny. That phrase is a spiritual bomb in the astral world. By writing it, you are breaking with centuries of interference, bindings, burials, and manipulations. Give it a like if you already felt chills remembering something you didn't know you had stored away. Subscribe right now because, just as Saint Gabriel and Saint Michael ask, by activating this channel, you will be opening the portal for the total recovery of your divine purpose. Know